Hi and welcome along to AFTV with some more breaking news, this time on Kai Havertz. The deal is getting closer and closer to getting done. There's even talk that a medical could be done either later on this afternoon or tomorrow morning ahead of Kai Havertz being Arsenal's first signing of the summer. David Ornstein has tweeted today that Arsenal are close to an agreement with Chelsea to sign Kai Havertz for a fee in the region of £65 million. Talks are ongoing to finalise the structure, instalments plus add-ons. Personal terms are in place and subject to a deal being done, medical will be scheduled and Kai Havertz will be Arsenal's first signing. There was also, I think it was Darren Arsenal, who was talking about the possible structure of the deal, sounding like it might be, if I can find it here, a deal where Arsenal will pay £50 million in 3 instalments over the next 3 years, plus 15 million in add-ons, which will take it up to £65 million. So £50 million, according to Darren Arsenal, he's normally quite a reliable guy on Twitter, £50 million in 3 instalments, plus £15 million in add-ons, which will bring the package up to £65 million for Kai Havertz. Remember, Chelsea bought him, 3 seasons ago? Mm-hmm. Their package actually went up to around about 90 million.
Yeah, it was
I know a lot of Chelsea fans say, oh, we paid 65, 70 million for him. It was actually about 90 million with all the add-ons, etc. Kai Havertz, now, Cecil's in the building. Good to see you. I know you've been away in the States and everything. And I was following some of the stuff you said, and you're not too happy about the Kai Havertz signing, are you?
No, I'm not happy. It's Havertz for me. I'm quite shocked that Arsenal were even looking at it first. When it first came about, the whispers, and we was in our group chats talking about it, I was like, it's got to be a joke. It's got to be a joke. Kai Havertz, surely not. For me, I don't normally do this, but I just don't see him as a good player at all. That's the truth of it. I don't know what position he's best at. I don't know what his best attribute is in his game. I've watched him over many seasons. Bayer Leverkusen, fair enough.
Bayer Leverkusen,
very good.
Bayer Leverkusen, he was considered one of the best young players around.
Agreed. He was Chelsea's second highest club signing as well, fee-wise as well. So came for big money. Came with a lot of, aspiration and all that. He done very well, and he was a big part of the Champions League. Scored the Champions League winning goal as well. But I watch him, and especially of recent, I don't want it to be like, because recently Chelsea haven't been good. Anyone that's been going there has been stinking. We look at Mudryk, and I think there actually was a player in there, but he's been there, hasn't been doing too well. You think, they're just in a failing side. Will it change when it comes to Arsenal? For me, I've seen enough Havertz to know that it's a no. Arsenal struggling with getting goals. That is the thing we want. We want a killer in front of goal. I don't think he's hit 10 goals in the Premier League.
Hold on, do we struggle in getting goals? Because
we share them out.
Actually, last season we scored a lot of goals. We just don't have like a Haaland or a Harry Kane who's going to score 30, but we do score a lot of goals up front. And is it that Mikel Arteta is looking at... listen, I was shocked as well. When I first saw the links linking us to Kai Havertz, I was like, really? A player hadn't really, done well. I don't think he's done well at Chelsea. I think he's had little moments, but he's not, in general, done well. But it was quite interesting that, like, even speaking to Matisse, as we know, big Chelsea fan, he didn't really want to get rid of him. He was more sort of saying, I think he'll be on the bench for Chelsea. So he was like, I'm surprised that we're selling him.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's really hit the heights for Chelsea. But you've got to ask the question, have they been playing him in the right position?
But Robbie, what is his
Are they playing him in the right system? You know what I mean? And systems is what can make and break a player. Right? Now, I don't know. I've just got this feeling that this could be a decent signing for Arsenal. There are a lot of big clubs interested in Kai Havertz. Bayern Munich wanted Kai Havertz. It's only because Havertz has said, I want to go to Arsenal, right? Real Madrid put a bid in for Kai Havertz before anybody. Why are these clubs, big clubs, it's not, smaller clubs that are after him. It's not, no disrespect, but it's not your Bournemouths and your clubs down like that. Not even mid clubs that are looking at Kai Havertz. It's your big clubs that are saying, actually, we see a player we think he can be better than what he is at Chelsea. So
it's not like he's going for little.
I'm putting this one down to one of those we have to trust the manager signing.
I'm against it still, regardless of what you say. Maybe because of the fee as well, why these mid clubs aren't looking at him. 65 million is still a lot of money. I know you did the breakdown, but it's still a lot of money for a player that, like I mentioned before, hasn't reached 10 goals in the Premier League in a whole season. And again, he might play in a different position. Yes, system football is what is in right now. I understand that. I've read, Robbie, trust me, I was on Twitter in America reading this is how Arteta might use Havertz. All the reasons to break down why this could be a good signing. I don't buy into any of it.
There's players that have left Chelsea that have failed, like Mo Salah, Kevin De Bruyne, not to mention too, that failed miserably at Chelsea and have gone on to be absolutely brilliant. It's what system is he going to play in at Arsenal? How will he be utilised? The style of how we play. I mean, we play a lot differently to how Chelsea play. I mean, I don't know how Pochettino's going to have them playing, but you look at it, if you really look at Chelsea under the last few managers. I mean, Potter, I didn't know what they were doing. I mean, nobody knew what he was doing. But under their last few managers, it's this three at the back system. It's quite defensive. They're not, you know what I mean? Whereas maybe in the system that Arteta plays, Havertz might be more suited to that style of play. It's going to be interesting.
It's something to think about, but I'll be honest on this one. I'm not going to change my opinion until I see it. And that's so unlike me. And I put my hand up before, Ramsdale. I only questioned though more the fee of Ramsdale. I didn't get the signing, but I questioned the fee more than anything. In the end, he became...
What a great signing that's turned out to be.
Agreed. Ben White. Another player... I didn't really understand it as much. I didn't think it was a priority.
You didn't understand that one. £50 million.
Come in, yep.
Right, a lot of people, which by the way, £50 million is looking like nothing now.
Nowadays.
But actually, £50 million when we bought him, that was like a big fee, and we were like, really? For Ben White? Is there not other targets? And look how good he's been. So this is one where we got to trust the manager, isn't it?
We've got to trust him, but I am waiting until he arrives on the pitch, and where I don't see it, Rob. Normally, there's a small inkling to be like, I understand that. Yes, he looks like an Arsenal player. It seems like he'll fit the system. With Kai Havertz, I don't see. To me, as a striker, and I'm aware of all the strikers at Arsenal. I look at them and I focus on them.
He's not a striker.
He's not. There you go. He's not
a striker, and I don't think he's. I don't know, I just got...
Is he a bully? No, he's tall, he's massive. Does he hold the ball well? No, he doesn't do that. Those are the things you need to bring when you're striking. Score goals, hold the ball well. Does he bring in other players? Potentially, yes, but it's on occasions.
I just get the feeling he's not going to be deployed as a striker. Or
where do you think where's the best? Where do you think in this system that we're trying to trust? Where do you think his best position can be going?
I think he either play maybe a number 10 position, it's a similar sort of position to what Odegaard plays. Right.
When Odegaard is playing, or when he's...
Obviously, Odegaard's the main guy, you know what I mean? Right, but he can play there.
So 65 million to be on the bench is what you're saying.
I also feel that he can play anywhere across the front three. When he played at Leverkusen, he was deployed mainly sort of to the right-hand side.
Correct, yep.
So that's an option that you can bring in for Saka. You know what I mean? And also, I think we've got to remember that we're in the Champions League next season, and we simply need a bigger squad. And that, when I say bigger squad, I don't mean you've got your main 11 and then everybody else on the bench is just a filler.
Yeah.
You've got to have top quality players on the bench. You know, they're options. Then I don't even want to see them sort of there, almost like they're described as your backups.
Yeah.
They've got to be different options. That's what we've got to have. So Kai Havertz has got Champions League experience. I mean, listen, I'm talking myself into it as well.
I don't know how,
as I said at first, I've not been convinced, but as time's gone along, I'm like, well, you know what? And I'm prepared to...
65 million to be an
give
option.
This one's a chance. But 65 million is a lot of money.
For an option.
But, this is what it's going to be, and it's not everybody's just going to be a cheap... What do you want? Do you want...
I don't want Kai Havertz.
Do you want quality to come in, or do you just want backup players?
No, I want quality to come in, and I don't want. If we're going to have a backup player, then he's going to have. I don't want it to be 65 million. I don't think it's good enough. I don't like this. I don't like this signing.
And the other thing I'd say about this signing is, and I've said this a few times on various different videos, that I describe this as an opportunist signing, in that an opportunity has arisen where Havertz has become available, where Arteta, who's obviously a big admirer, is like, what? He's available. No, I would love to have this player.
Yeah, probably
I trust in him.
Yeah,
I think more than the Jorginho one. I think the Jorginho one was more. They were after somebody else. Caicedo didn't come through. Needed cover. Oh, Jorginho's available. It's cheap. Get it done. This one doesn't fall into that category. This one falls into the category of I really like this player and he's available. Wow. Let's shift from here and go and get him. I think this is a big Arteta signing. So, I mean, obviously it has to work.
It has to. I love that you're talking yourself into it, because I did all
Well, he's not a bad player, is he? No, he's not a bad player. Is he a bad player?
Listen, no Premier League player, firstly, is a bad player because they've got to a level that I could only have dreamed of. But on the context of the players that are in the Premier League in the positions he plays, for me, I don't think he's up there, Robbie.
Well, I don't think he's going to come as an out-and-out striker, but I think we're going to have to trust this signing. And as I said, De Bruyne, Salah, there's been players that Chelsea have let go that everyone's like, yeah, good riddance, goodbye, and look what they've done. So this could be one of those.
Let me quickly speak on this before we if we're going to finish up. I've been doing a lot of, we've watched him for many years, but I've been doing a lot of research due to, I might have to welcome Havertz soon with a great welcome video. So I did some research, and one thing I read is he's very big on his education. So, and I know Mikel Arteta loves intelligent players. We look at Jorginho, he looks at systematics, like we spoke about earlier, systematic player. He was big on education as he was coming into the game. He prioritised it. And also, he was named a player that can do anything. In Germany, they called it, his nickname was Kuna, which you can find out, you can Google. It means someone who can do anything. And he kept that name when he went to Chelsea as well.
There you go. And that's that versatility as well that Mikel Arteta's probably liking and thinking, a bit like Trossard, you know what I mean? Where you look at a player and you think he can play in multiple positions and he's quality. You know what I mean? So the other, just to update people as well, the other signing that's starting to look like it's getting closer and closer as well is the signing of Jurriën Timber. Timber, that deal looks like it's getting closer and closer. And again, there's been linking him with Manchester United. Remember, he was United's #1 target last season. He ended up staying at Ajax, signed a new deal. But Timber apparently only wants to come to Arsenal, apparently. That's what it's been said. He wants to come to Arsenal. There's been links as well with him to Bayern Munich. I spoke about it today on my Transfer Daily. Make sure you go and watch that. But apparently he only wants to come to Arsenal. So Timber could be on his way to Arsenal as well. Now, Arsenal really getting busy in this transfer window.
But nothing's been done yet. I hear what you're saying. There's been a lot of strong links.
Out of all the clubs in the Premier League right now, the busiest club at the moment is Arsenal.
Make a very good point.
Havertz, Rice, Timber, Lavia, these are all active things that they're trying to do at the moment. As I said on the Transfer Daily the other day, this is normally what we do on deadline day, right? And they end up getting none of them, right? So it's good to see that Arsenal are really active. They're obviously trying to get these players in so that they can get a full pre-season, and that can only be good. So Jurriën Timber, that one seeming to be getting closer and closer as well.
Yeah, happy with that? I'd be very happy with Timber, Robbie. I mean, there's a photo I've got on my screen here. He's seen an Arsenal top, the O2 blue top. He seems like an Arsenal fan. It's good that he only wants Arsenal. It now puts pressure on my mate Adu to make sure he gets it done. It seems like a pretty simple deal.
Put a bid in for 30 million.
It got rejected, right?
Which got rejected. Ajax said to be looking for around about 50 million. Obviously, Ajax are trying to encourage other teams to jump in as well. But if the player wants to come to Arsenal, it's a bit like Havertz. One of the reasons why Bayern and these other clubs have not come in is because Havertz wants to come to Arsenal. Again, this is encouraging that, whether you want the player or not, it's encouraging that we're getting all these players now that are saying, no, actually, I want to go to Arsenal. They've seen what we did last year. They've seen the manager. They've seen the project. They've watched the All or Nothing and they're saying, yeah, I want to be there. You know what I mean? So that's a really, really encouraging sign. So once again, sorry.
I was going to say just quickly, the one thing you did say, and I want to pick up on quickly, is it's important that we get it done before pre-season starts. The team needs to be bedded in. The reason why I say that, Robbie mentioned it, I was out in Vegas watching the CONCACAF Nations League Cup. Listen, those players don't get much time to bed in with their squad. They've just finished a cup competition there. They got the Gold Cup, so Matt Turner, this is kind of an exclusive here, he won't be on tour, on pre-season tour. I don't know if I am allowed to say that, but he won't be on there because he will be going to representing the US men's national team
in
at the Gold Cup.
And then he'll need a holiday.
Exactly, so he needs a break. So, and all of that means he won't get much time with the Arsenal squad unless something serious happens to Aaron Ramsdale, which we obviously don't wish. So for the importance of getting these deals done, because the players don't get much time, they need to bed in, they need to learn this system. Arteta is a systematic manager, sorry. We're going to need to get them in early and get the deals done. So it's a good positive that we're seeming to having links early on, but it needs to happen.
Yeah, definitely. And as I said, one of the players that looks like he could be the first through the door is Kai Havertz. And once again, David Ornstein tweeting today, Arsenal are close to an agreement with Chelsea to sign Kai Havertz for a fee in the region of £65 million. Talks ongoing to finalise the structure, which is said to be 50 million, which is going to be paid in 3 instalments, with then an additional 50 million to be paid in add-ons. Personal terms are in place and subject to a deal being done and a medical being scheduled. And we're being told a medical, according to some sources, could even happen as early as this afternoon, if not tomorrow morning. And Kai Havertz could be unveiled this week as the first Arsenal signing of the summer.
I don't like what you said.
Get the welcome videos ready. Right? Thanks for watching the show today. Don't forget the Claude Cup taking place on Saturday, the 24th of June. We're really looking forward to it. I was chatting to Claude's daughter this morning. She can't wait for it as well. If you haven't already got your ticket, click the link in the description. You can get your ticket to come down there on the day. If you can't make it, you can donate to the GoFundMe page. All the money's going to the Gunnar Claude Trust. We'll get a link for that as well in the description as well. But make sure you check that out. We're going to be filming it all as well. But Havertz to Arsenal is close. See you soon. Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.